Hello all, this is the Silver Helm Coins and Collectibles. Welcome back again. I have my stamp album with me today, and I just slightly want to show what is the most traditional and, well, in my opinion, the best way to sort your stamps. So first and foremost, get yourself a nice book album. This one doesn't work with hinges. We'll cover that topic in another video. But as you'll notice, you start with the countries alphabetically. So I started with Ajman, which was a province of the United Arab Emirates. Then you head over to Australia, and then Austria, and then Belgium. So within each country, you actually sort them chronologically by date. So that means the oldest first and the youngest new. If you look at some Australian stamps, we started at the 50s. This is quite an old stamp. And then a more modern one would be the recent one. So still old, is still considered vintage, but it is in fact then the youngest one in Australia. Now let's have a look at the Belgian. So that's next in the alphabetical list. This one is the oldest, so it comes first. And then the newest or the youngest comes last. This one has been cancelled. A quick note, if it has been used, it's known as cancelled. If it has not, it is uncancelled, which means it's never been in circulation. These ones, as you can see, actually have the cancellation mark on them, so they have been used. I can just say there was a lot of joy for me in working through my stamp collection and sorting them alphabetically and then chronologically. Just another interesting thing I want to show over here is this is in fact the oldest Soviet Union, so it's old, stamp I have. So we start with the CCR over here, and it continues. And we actually have a nice one over here. This is the most recent, even though it's 1971. Most of my stamps will be vintage. Some will be a bit older. But as you can see, it's just a simple method. Takes a bit of time to sort your stamps alphabetically by country and then chronologically by date. This is Czechoslovakia. This is the oldest one I have of Czechoslovakia. Another interesting way I would like to talk about when sorting your stamps is what's known as thematically. So that's if you collect a certain theme of stamps, such as birds or animals, then you sort those based on the theme. But I found, since I have a multi-country collection, the alphabetical method works best. Oh, here's just a lovely piece of history. This one commemorates the black penny, which was the first ever stamp produced in the UK and in fact the whole world. So that was beautiful, and this one commemorated in 1970. We are now by Great Britain. Once again, the oldest first, and then as we go along, they become younger. I also want to mention something that's known as a definitive stamp, which means it was used for everyday postage, such as this one. The previous video I did, but I didn't show it. And then the other type you get is a commemorative, which commemorates a certain event. In this case, I have the one which was the royal wedding between Prince Charles and Princess Diana. This is a set. I have a complete set. They come together. 1981. So still vintage, but it is getting younger. Oh, this is just beautiful. If you look at your collection, you can get so many hours into it and just get lost in all the stamps, you know, all the history and all the philately behind it. This one is a Hungary. So I even have from Budapest. That's beautiful. And as you noticed, I am working with a tweezer. I want my stamps to last long term, so I would recommend if you do it professionally, get yourself some tweezers. They work wonders, as the oil in your hands can damage the stamps. And I mean, even here we have Rhodesia, so now we're at R. Now we get to the bulk of my collection, which is South African stamps. These are ones I inherited from my grandfather, so I actually have them the longest. I had to soak them, which means you get the piece of envelope off and you're left with just the stamp. That's another process I might show when I get some stamps that need soaking again. Now I focus on buying stamps that have already been soaked and are just the plain stamps. Beautiful hobby. Took me about a day, I'd say 3 days, to compile my collection as such. Once again, starting with the oldest first, and then the youngest last. Just keeps going. And then, oh, and this is what I actually mentioned, if it is thematically, which is based around a certain theme. This one from South Africa is interesting. It features airplanes. So since they were the same date and they were the same theme, I actually put them all together. They're all airplanes. So that's actually a wonderful part of my collection as well, because it follows a certain theme. The other one I have over here is furniture. That's also a theme. And then just lastly, you can do it this method. And then one of the things you have to do early on is if you have duplicates, then you simply put them at the back. So you'll actually see now how many duplicates I have. Some empty pages, the album's not yet full, but then these ones are duplicates. So this is the Gandhi Visiting South Africa commemorative. I have 3 of them, possibly going on the eBay store that'll be launched in the future. So stick around if you want to see some of these stamps for sale. I'll most likely let them go as batches instead of individually. And then that is a way to sort your stamp collection. It'll go for hours, days, as long as you enjoy it. I found the traditional way of storing it to be the best. What's also known as sets is if you have the complete set of stamps. I do have some of those. A set is 2 or more, or a block is 2 or more stamps. These ones are particularly interesting. Never been used, never been cut. And then that's about it. Enjoy sorting your stamps. Remember, alphabetically, and then the oldest first, and the youngest last. Thank you guys for watching. This was the Silver Helm. Please follow and subscribe if you'd like more content on coins and stamps, and consider joining the waiting list for the eBay store. A lot of stamps and products will be on there. Thank you guys.